Hammered Leatherworks studio. Today we're making Panorama. Panorama is our new fully adjustable camera strap. Let's not wait any longer, let's get going. So open the box, remove the cover. Inside of this kit you will find 4 leather pieces. There's the main strap and the neck cushion, and then there's the adjustable straps. In the middle you've got your all the small things envelope, which will be your button, studs, needle and thread. And lastly, but most importantly, your certificate for you to put your name and date on when you make this baby. So let's pull the pieces out and we'll get started. So this has to be one of my most favourite new projects, I think. I use a camera on almost a daily basis, whether it's my iPhone or my proper camera. Obviously, because we make products, so photos are so important to you guys. So we'll open this envelope. Inside you'll find, inside you'll find 4 of these button studs. They look like this. A needle and your thread. So put those aside, and then obviously, as we spoke about before, you'll have your long piece. This has the Hammered Leatherworks logo on it, and your neck cushion piece, and then 2 of these super long button stud buttonhole straps for adjustment. So the buttonhole straps are the last bit we do. The first bit we do is attaching the cushion pad to the back of the main neck piece. So you'll notice that, like I said, the long neck piece has our logo in the back there. So that makes it really easy for matching up the cushion piece and the main neck piece. So what you're going to do is take the short piece, put it swayed side together, matching up the holes on the back of the neck piece. So the logo will be facing out and the finished side of the leather will be against the swayed side. So once you've lined that up, you're going to take your thread, measure what you need, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's a place to stop. If you haven't seen our stitching video, go watch it now. Press pause and head over there. So I'm going to cut 2 of these pieces at the same length because that is what we're going to need to sew both sides of the cushion piece into the neckband. Put your extra aside. So put 1 piece aside. We're going to thread the needle through the other. So flatten the end of your thread, push it through your needle. There we go. Beautiful. And we're going to get started. So to save on bulk with this one, I'm not going to tie knots when we finish the seams because it's going to be resting around your neck. You want it to be as smooth as possible so there's no irritation there. So I'm going to turn this neck strap this way. And I'm going to line my holes up. So I'm going to come up the second hole down, making sure we leave that tail for the end so we can pull on it. Just tuck that inside there. I'm going to come up nice and close so you can see this. So we're going to go up and down all the way to the end, matching the holes, and then come back the way we started. So there we go. On your first run, it should look like every second stitch is missing. And if it looks like that, you keep going. That's correct. And just every now and again, just flip it over and make sure it looks the same on the back. So here we are, we've sewn the full length of the camera strap on one side and we have a hole missing. So now we're going to go back the way we came, and that's going to fill that hole. Don't forget to think about your up on the left and down on the right if that's the rhythm you're going to take, and keep that consistent so the stitches look beautiful. So here we are at the end of our strap after coming back the way we came. Now we have a stitch in every hole. So I'm going to go and do my reinforcing stitch. So there'll be 2 layers of thread in the one hole. There we go. Now I'm going to turn it over and go through just 1 layer of leather and out the center. And pull my tails out the end there. So as you can see right now, my tails are quite long. I'm just going to lay this down here. So you can see my tails are quite long, but they're between the ends of the pieces. So what I'm going to do is trim. Make them nice and short and tuck them in. That's the great thing about waxen and thread, it actually sticks to itself. So not only is it great quality, but it will hold itself in place as well. So now we're going to sew the other side in exactly the same way. So we're going to thread our needle with the piece we cut in the previous step. There we go. And off we go again, starting in the same way. Up the second hole down. Pulling that tail through. Oops, here it is, just here. Stick it out the side there for you. I'm going to just push it inwards so it's between the layers, and going backwards before we go forwards. And off we go all the way to the end and then back the way we came. There we go. We've gone down one side. As you can see, this side here has every second hole missing. Now we're going to go back the way we came. So here we are, we're at the end of the next row of stitching. We're going to do the same as we did before. We're going to use a reinforcing stitch. So 2 layers of thread on each side. There we go. And then feeding through that hole on the back between the layers to trap that tail. There we go. Once again, give the tails a pull. Let's put this down for you to see. You give the tails a pull. So they're very long there. We're going to take our scissors and trim them short. And then we're going to tuck the ends in between the layers so they stick to the leather and the thread in the hole already. You can use your fingers or your needle to do this. There we go. You've now added the cushion band to your new camera strap. Alrighty, so our next step is going to be adding our adjustable lengths. So there's 2 areas on the band you want to take note of. The first one are these holes at the end here. They are going to be your sewing holes. So you're going to line those up with the holes that are in the straps themselves. So these ones here. And then these ones here are hardware holes. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our adjustable straps, voila, and we're going to attach them swayed side together. So that's the rough side of the leather on the band. So when you lay the 2 straps out in front of you, the main portion of the strap that you just put the cushioning on should be facing up. So that should be the smooth side should be facing up. And then on the opposite end, the skinny strap should be swayed side facing up. So that's the rough side. So taking your thread and measuring it to length and then threading your needle, we are going to sew these adjustable straps in place. There we go. So as we've done before, we'll start between the layers. So I'm going to pick up just the main piece of the camera strap, leaving a tail. I'm going to go down the top hole, but I'm also going to go down the top hole of the adjustable strap at the same time. And then you join those pieces together as you did with the cushioning band, up and down all the way to the end, and then back the way you came. There we go. So this time I'm going to tie a knot because there's going to be a fair bit of weight relying on this strap. So I'm going to do my reinforcing stitch. So I've still got my reinforcing stitch there. Turn it over, come up through 1 layer of leather between the layers. And I'm actually going to tie these 2, about this way. I'm going to tie these 2 ends together before I trim them because cameras can get pretty heavy. 1 and 2. So it's just like tying a double knot in your shoes. Pull your excess thread out and trim it off about 10 mil long, and then tuck it into place between the layers in there. And now we're going to repeat that step on the other end. So taking the other piece of adjustable camera strap, swayed side up, so that is the rough side of the leather again, with the finished side of the smooth side of the camera neck strap area facing up. Don't forget to measure your thread again and trim. we will thread our needle. As you can see, my hands are getting a little bit black here. That is just the soot from how we laser cut the holes in the leather. It makes sure every hole lines up every time. So you may get a little bit dirty. You just give it a wash when you're done. There's nothing that'll harm you. Your hands are washed, that is, not your leather. All right, so same as we did before, I'm going to come up the second hole down, leaving a tail, going down the top hole and down the top hole in the adjustable strap band as well. And as before, we're going to sew to the end and then come back the way we came. So once again, doing that reinforcing stitch, so I have 2 layers of thread in that last hole space, coming up between the layers where we started. And once again, we're going to tie those threads together for extra strength. 1 and 2. And trim them nice and short, and then tuck the thread in against itself underneath that. So we're tucking underneath the adjustable section and then pushing it down on top. So that's all your sewing done. Our next step is to add our hardware. So when we've sent you these button studs, we've actually screwed the screw in from underneath. So just unscrew that. So you have 2 pieces. You'll have the button section and the screw section. So I'm just going to do 2 of these. And what we're going to do is we're going to take the screw and place it so the thread is facing up on the table, and we're going to push the main body of the camera strap over the top. So there's 2 holes there to do that with. There we go. And then you're going to screw down the button area, the mushroom stud they call it, on top. Now, if you're concerned about these coming unscrewed while they're in loose, this is a pro tip. You can add a little bit of craft glue to the thread, and that'll secure the button stud on top for you. So there's one. So now we're going to do the same on the other end. So turn your strap around using the 2 holes. With your 2 pieces of hardware, remove the screw. Placing the screws with the thread facing up and pushing the camera strap down on top. Lining those threaded screws up with the holes, of course. Screwing your mushroom stud on top. And voila, you're done. That is your camera strap finished. So what you can do is for extra security, we have this great little slotted feature. So what you do after you've looped your strap through your camera is you push it under one slot, and then you're going to push it up the next, like so. Now you have your loop that would go around your camera, whether it has a D-ring or an inbuilt triangle ring, and then you're going to adjust your length using the buttonholes like we've done there. So that's the length that I want it to be at. And then there's another set of slots for tucking the strap away nice and tidy. So once again, all it does is help with the security of that strap. It's going to be carrying something that's really heavy and that's quite precious and expensive. So we want to make sure that it's 100% secure. There we go. And that is how you adjust your camera strap to suit your camera. I'll just grab my camera and show you exactly what it looks like. So this is my daily point and shoot camera, which I absolutely love. It makes my life easier. And as you can see here, my camera has a fitted triangle D-style ring on the edge there. And the strap goes straight through that and measures straight up the edge there for extra security. So this strap can be shortened and lengthened from where it is right now. So it can go from being something that sits quite high on your chest to something that sits closer to your belly button or even over your shoulder. So if you're a camera novice and you're just getting the grill of what to do, then you want to keep it nice and high so it's safe and secure, because even I have broken screens on cameras before. So make sure you use the slots when you attach your camera to the strap. Get those buttons in place nice and firmly, along with the leather that slips over them. And then you will have a super safe camera in a super comfy strap and a really stylish way to wear it. So thanks for tuning in and making the Panorama camera strap with us, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye!